my beautiful eyes. Okay, so we're going to get started. This House believes that the international community should impose economic sanctions on Uganda until the anti-homosexuality law is overturned, and these sanctions will be economic trade embargoes against Uganda. There's a serious problem, and that must be solved, which our case does. So not only does the law violate human rights, it's not being carried out democratically or against a group of people based on arbitrary things that they can't control. This is bad, right?
Thank you everyone for being here today. Thanks to True Friends Inside Government for such a great case. I'm really excited to jump right into it. So first I want to talk a little bit about our philosophy. So on their side of the house, they talk a lot about how we have a moral imperative and how this is going to lead to all these benefits, how it's going to completely eradicate the problem. We think that A, this is not true, that this isn't going to happen. If we go in with this kind of moral colonialism, it's not going to lead to the effects that we want. Beyond that, we think that it's probably not very beneficial to go in because we're going to probably destroy Uganda as a state with these economic sanctions. But beyond that, because they're not creating come from the people. So how did we get like civil rights change in America? Sure, I'll take you.
Okay, so how is any moral change ever going to happen if there can't be a grassroots movement? If grassroots movement is going to be
like, you have to be willing to take that risk and risk your life for that grassroots movement to work. Like, you think that imposing colonialism is going to be the way to start the grassroots movement, and that's not necessarily true. Like, if the U.S. coming into Uganda and saying, this is the way you should act, this is the way the rules are, the Ugandan people are not going to take that as their own. They're going to take it because otherwise they might get economic categorization based on, like, legality, them being able to do things means that they shouldn't be able to do it. Like, we don't want the UN, like, just coming into the U.S. and doing whatever they want. We think that they should have agreed upon legal status.
Like my partner said earlier, like, it's not going to come from within the country because people are afraid for their lives when they speak out. You can be jailed if you just shoot a gay person. You will be put to death if you are gay. They shouldn't have to sacrifice their lives to talk about gay rights. Not right now, thank you.
Counter this. We think that there's no one going to actually be able to accomplish this in the world. What do you think this is?
Is what you're arguing that just because it's difficult and hard to affect change, that we shouldn't at least attempt to do it?
What we're arguing is that it's so impractical that we can't do it. We're arguing that it's like an impossible standard that you're trying to set. You're saying that we have to stop every single genocide. By under the government's resolution, we have to try to stop every sort of human rights violation, every point where people are not free and equal. And there are so many that intervening everywhere, it's going to cause so many more problems. We think that they're going to have these effects on vigilante groups who hate gays and are going to even if the government takes these sanctions down, it doesn't mean that the morality of the country is going to change. We think that vigilante groups are still going to be out there persecuting gays. We think that nothing really fundamental is going to change except that you're going to have these big harms of trying to get everyone together to stop trade with Uganda, and that you're going to set this precedence that everywhere now you have to do this and create huge international economic trade sanctions. So we think that the country will virtually remain the same. But I'm gonna
unify the country into creating a more beneficial society for all Ugandans.
By enforcing these sanctions on Uganda, you're going to turn homosexuals into even further pariahs. People are going to commit hate crimes against these people because they see them as responsible for causing the economic problems that they're now going to face. So I support that opposition.
A winning cause in morality is a cause that people will die for, a cause that people will advocate for themselves. Only a morality that comes from the people's voice and is democratically implemented into a law is a lasting morality that will cause change in Uganda. Thank you.
It is a moral reason to intervene. We give you justification for intervention. We give you an effective intervention. We want change in Uganda, and our side gives you that change. We are very proud of it.